Hello, Teak Nation. Happy to join you. We're happy to have you here at the Teak Leadership Academy. I've got a special guest here. Paul from our Sigma-Kappa chapter at Merrimack College is here. We want to ask him a few questions about the Leadership Academy. Really excited to talk to all of you and to get you possibly by the end of our video here to consider how you could support men like Paul continuing to be part of our Leadership Academy that we have annually here at La Foret Conference and Retreat Center in Colorado Springs, Colorado. So Paul, welcome. Welcome to Facebook Live and talking to Teak Nation and the rest of the world. First thing we want to ask, that I want to ask you, if you could share with the folks out there, why did you apply to Leadership Academy? What made you consider that, and then actually go through with first considering, but then into actually applying?
I applied for Leadership Academy because as my chapter started growing, I really saw it originally as a place to help grow my chapter, then sort of learning more about Leadership Academy. Saw it as a huge benefit to my future, and just as I progress on and become a Teak after college, like I really saw it as something that could really greatly benefit myself and all the Fraters to come after me in my chapter.
So you saw it not only for your chapter and to benefit your current years in that you are at Merrimack, but also for the future, right? And building a legacy for guys who come after you.
Great.
That's great. Talk about, we're in day 2 of the experience, right? Yesterday was a travel day, and then there were a few different events we had last night, including ritual and meeting some of your small group members. Today's been a pretty full day.
Yeah.
Really in the classroom, right? A lot of journaling, a lot of taking notes, a lot of challenging different areas. So if you can share with the folks out there, I know last year you watched some of these Facebook Lives and you got to pick up a little bit of the experience through social media, but being here, obviously that's a completely different world. Can you talk about what have you enjoyed the most so far? What are things that you saw last year, but you're now, it's really coming to life in being here?
Yeah, so there's a couple things for sure. Last year, I saw this as a huge opportunity for me to learn a lot about myself and how to become a better leader. So a couple things that have helped me do that this year, I guess, would be just being able to learn to communicate and work with other people and other Fraters better. And just like today, when we just doing a couple like silly, I guess, just games. I don't know if you call them games, but
some of the activities.
Some of the activities.
Yeah, some of the activities. What are some, when we had those activities out there, what ways did they make you, or did they challenge you? What ways did they make you think? What are some things that you took away from those activities?
I guess the biggest thing I've taken away is just learning to listen to other people and really to trust other people, because if you can learn to trust the people you're working with, it makes your job a lot easier. And
yeah, well, and as you know, and something we've talked about a lot so far, trust is built on communication, right? It doesn't matter whether it's a fraternity or a business or a personal relationship or a romantic relationship, it's all based on trust, and a lot of that trust is based on communication. And some of the discussions that I know you were a part of as we were going through, and especially the activity that we had after lunch, was how do we get everybody on the same team? How do we get everybody together? And that communication can be really challenging when there are voices coming from every corner. And I know that's something that you took out of best ways that we can move forward and how we communicate with each other and how we can build some of that trust and relationship pieces. So thank you for sharing that. What is one thing that you've taken away from this experience already? If it ended right now, we have 2 more great days for you, but if it ended right now, what is one thing that you would take away in going back to Merrimack?
One thing I guess the biggest thing I've taken out of this is just being able to, again, communicate better and just learning how to lead it in different situations and knowing how to handle different situations as a leader, because every group of people you come across, as a leader, you're gonna have to learn how to handle that situation a little differently.
Absolutely, yeah. Continuing to grow your skill set, because every situation, as you say, is completely unique, and you got to have mobility and flexibility in how you handle that and how you tackle some of those challenges. That's really good. Any last pieces that you want to share to the folks out there who are watching us? Any reflections on the time you spent here for a couple days so far? You want to talk to anyone out there? Is there any message you want to share with people who have donated? As you know, The cost for you to attend Leadership Academy out of your pocket was $150, even though the Academy costs us about $1,200 per person. Anything you want to share about the experience so far, or a message you want to share with those who've donated to make this experience possible for you?
Yes, I'm incredibly thankful to everyone who has supported the Academy and supported me, like my family, my chapter back home, who has always been pushing me to come here for the last 2 years, and yeah.
Perfect. Well, I want to thank you all for joining us this evening out in Colorado Springs. A couple of things to note. It is because of donors like you that allow men like Paul to be here. He's having a great experience. We're excited about all that he's going to take in for the next 2 days. If you would like to donate, please go to teak.org/Academy Match. We would encourage you to please consider that. Elmer Smith, the chairman of the TKE Educational Foundation, has been unbelievably gracious in $1 million match. Dollar for dollar, every dollar you donate, he will match that up to $1 million. We're over halfway towards that match. Still have got some work to do to make sure we can endow this program fully and make sure men like Paul can continue and enjoy this experience. So thank you for joining us this evening once again. We'll talk to you soon, Take Nation. Take care.